certainly the brand itself, Philips, is not new to us all. We know when you hear Philips, you're buying quality. Well, get ready for this, because this immersive blender, stick blender, hand blender, as a lot of people call them, is made of titanium, 6 times stronger than steel. This has, and by the way, this mechanism, have a look at this. This has got an intuitive button on it. So when you press the button, it actually determines how fast or slow it needs to go, depending on what it's mixing up. Because one thing's for sure, whether you're making baby food, whether you're making a beautiful salsa, whether you're making any sort of dish where it needs blending, you want it to be consistent the whole way around. And the best part about this stick blender is that we've got it for the very first time. This is a brand new offering to you. So if you're always looking for the latest and greatest, maybe you're looking for a gift for somebody, this is all about a holiday entertaining for less than $80, for FlexPay, free delivery. It is an absolute must-have. Stephanie is here to take it through its paces. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. And this is wonderful because this makes cooking, blending, and anything I'm gonna do easy at the touch of the button. Do you see that? I am just putting my thumb on Speed Touch technology, and all right, get ready. We got a turbo boost going here as well. Let me show you what a difference this can make in your cooking. So I can lightly pulse up and down and make a smoothie literally in seconds. We're talking about speed. Look at that. I can lift this off the table because of the suction that I have going in here. But all I'm doing is lightly pulsing up and down. I can do this with frozen fruit because that's how I make mine at home last night. I'm gonna put in a little yogurt, thicken that up for you. And the difference with this is all in the blade. I have the titanium blade. It has a blade guard on it. And look at this. Within seconds, I have an amazing smoothie.
Look how powerful that is.
Made and ready to go. I know, literally, I'm done. I have plowed
what's the wattage of this?
This is 300 watts, and I have plowed through raspberries, blueberries, frozen strawberries, frozen bananas. It all works within seconds. I added a little yogurt, and I am good to go. Now, what I like about this for making smoothies is, before I was using a hand blender, right, as in the kind that I have to...
consistent that is.
And you have to screw on the top, you get that suction seal. It's honestly quite hard to do with.
What about the cleanup?
The cleanup, this one, I'm gonna throw right into the dishwasher. But I want you to take a look inside it. Let's go ahead and show you the one I just used, because there's no food caught in there. No. There's no chunks of anything. Everything is perfectly emulsified. The consistency is perfect. I am not looking at anything other than that gorgeous titanium covered blade. The triangular shield here is important to me because it didn't spray all over me. I am going up and down with a hand blender, and there was absolutely no splatter. This is how to make the most amazing, consistent smoothies, soups, potatoes, all at the touch of a button.
Yes, please.
Give that a try and let me know if you run into any of those annoying chunks, because that's what we don't like at my house.
I don't want chunks either, not in my straw.
Not in your smoothies.
That is superb. That is actually lovely and consistent. Remember, for less than $80, you're getting the latest and the greatest from Philips. Titanium, 6 times stronger than your stainless steel. Not only that, you've got that amazing intuitive button. So this, it's almost like thinking for you as you're doing your cooking. Also with one of these, if you haven't used them, I can say quite easily that a stick blender in my household has been used every day. This is no joke. Every day since the kids have been born. Because we're making baby foods, we've been doing smoothies.
Absolutely.
We do a soup like you're doing here. Because the best part is that you can put this straight into the pot because the blade isn't coming in contact with the pot itself.
Exactly. Look how quickly this butternut squash soup is coming together. Talk about a time saver. Now, I'll be honest, I did not have an immersion or hand stick blender until I started working with the Philips products. You know what I had to do to make butternut squash soup? I had to pour this in batches into my regular blender. Okay, that's annoying on many levels. First of all, it makes a mess. I have to keep doing it in different vessels. And second of all, I've got hot soup that I'm working with in a blender. Now all I do, I just added a little Greek yogurt to thicken this up for me. I have turned those onions and this butternut squash into the most amazing soup, literally in seconds. So things that I used to avoid doing because of time, because of mess, because of prep, I can now do with the touch of a button. And when I say I'm controlling this with just my thumb, one-handed here, there's my low, can hear it nicely going around. When I want some oomph,
so the further you push it in, the faster it goes.
Yeah, it is all simply with your thumb.
The average of a stick blender is around 200 watts. This is a 300 watt power machine. Your flex pay on this one, look at the flex pay. It's 5 flexes. I said 4 flexes. There's 5 flexes on this. Less than $17 is your flex pay. We're delivering for free. In fact, this entire holiday entertainment show is all about free delivery. We know it's a busy time of year. I mean, have you gone to the stores? Have you been to the parking lots of the stores right now? Now, one phone call, one flex pay, and we're sending you not only a Philips stick blender, an emergent blender, a lot of people call it. We're talking about the latest in the market, and this is what HSN does. Philips approached us. They said, look, we've got this amazing new, this advanced collection, and we want to provide it to you. Now, I want to also draw your attention to a couple of options that also come with this. We've got a great deal on a pack between both the whisk and the dual beaters, right? The dual beaters by themselves, normally $39.95. If you buy the pack that we've got together, we've got the dual beater and the whisk. There you go. There it is. That's on our HSN site right now. Don't buy like that right now. However, grab this one and the whisk for the same price to add them on. Now, obviously, we're going to be doing the majority of the show, we're going to be showing you with the blade. But I can tell you to grab that because suddenly this 300 watt powerhouse becomes a cake maker, or making a magnificent meringue.
You can make anything, but look what I can do with hummus. So you ever buy hummus in the store and think, yeah, it's kind of got that grainy consistency? Not if it is done correctly with a blender. By the way, when you get this home, do you see what I'm holding? It's kind of a beaker-shaped thing in my hand. This comes with it, and I love the fact that I can virtually make anything right here in it, not making dishes dirty, making it simple. Again, what was that, about 15 seconds to absolutely perfectly smooth hummus. When I do want to get any food off it, not spraying all over.
Stephanie, here's the alternative, okay? If you've got a traditional blender, you put all those ingredients into the blender, you blend it, and it may blend it. More often than not, it requires turning the blender off, having to get a spoon in there, move everything around.
Getting it off the beaters.
But guess what? And then at the end, getting it off the beaters, literally having to disassemble the entire blender to get that off. Now you've got that consistent, beautiful, homemade, where you're in charge of what goes in there, no additives, all those sorts of things. Now you'll notice that what Stephanie's about to do is use that whisk. I just talked about the dual offer with the whisk and the double, right? Now look at this. Talk about fast. I mean, I don't know how fast your hand is. Seconds.
Seconds. And you know what? When you do that with a fork, it doesn't get even. When you do it with a hand whisk, you can't get it even. I have scrambled eggs in seconds, omelets, frittatas. Pour it in, grab, and go. Did you see the consistency of the hummus? When I tell you there is not one chunk in here, it is perfectly smooth. And all of this is happening in seconds. Now, when you add your attachments, such as the whisk or the beaters, this also, with the touch of a button, push on the front, slide right off. Goes right back in. This is all there is to it. Every part about this Philips hand blender is about ease of use. Ergonomic styling fits right into my hand. Touch of a button to get it going. To switch it, touch of a button. You know, Philips is known for making things high quality and easy to use, and that is definitely what we're accomplishing. Okay, you talked about meringue. Let's do a quick meringue,
we do meringue,
right?
Because
we absolutely
one of the all-time favorite Aussie desserts, well, actually we stole it from New Zealand, but we'll go with it, pavlova, right? The pav, right? And it starts off meringue. Now, I've tried in previous, even with a big cake mixer, to be able to get big, beautiful, white, fluffy peaks. This will do it in seconds. I mean, the speed of this, because remember, you're talking 300 watts. The average of a stick blender is normally about 200 watts. Remember now, these additional, the whisk and the double beaters that we're showing, we're doing a dual pack for $39.95. But we want to get this to you, and we want you to put this to the test. $15.99 is your flex pay. Can you believe that we're doing 5 flex pays on an $80 item? So for $17.99 or $15.99, we're going to deliver it for free. And then, on top of that, you have an extended holiday returns all the way through the end of January 2017. But I remember that I went through home economics class in Australia.
Oh, did you have to use the hand mixer?
The hand mixer, that one, the cranker, right? I was making a sponge cake. My mum said, my mum was a very good cook, and g'day mum if you're watching home in Australia. She said the key to a good sponge cake was making sure that you got your egg whites nice and fluffy. You have to fold them through.
Okay, so they're soft peaks.
That would take, these are soft peaks.
Soft peaks in about, what, 20 seconds
20
maybe?
seconds.
I'll give it a couple of more to get them a little stiffer, but you get the point. I mean, this happens. This is no work from me. This is just me pushing my thumb on it. I love the fact that it comes with the beaker because I'll be honest, there's nothing more fun than watching things develop before your very eyes. And you can see all the way down to the base of everything I'm making, just how evenly blended and emulsified my food is. It is never more important than with egg whites, but it's also important to me just when I'm making a smoothie. Look at that. I'm already, there we go.
Look at those peaks right there.
Easy as can be. And again, anything that you want to switch out, touch of a button. I would say touch of a button is what you want to definitely walk away from this, remembering that is how easy Philips is. Okay, I can do the same thing when I'm using my regular old hand mixer.
How versatile this is.
Everything.
You know, with another device, it wouldn't be as powerful. It wouldn't be able to handle a job like this. Where this now, you put in the butter, you put in a little bit of a little bit of milk, and hey presto, or maybe the Cola Mason, those beautiful salt and pepper grinders that we had before, adding your beautiful salts and peppers to it, the coarse grinder, whatever. $79.95. This is brand new. Now check this out. Should be $130. Why are we getting it for $80? Because of HSN, because of our buying power. Right now, I've got over 200 of you in the ordering process, so I wish you luck in getting your very first one. Your flex pay, even if you've never shopped with HSN before, $15.99 is your flex pay, free delivery, and then get ready for this. We're going to give you all the way through to the end of January 2017. Now, just so you're aware, when it comes to the hand blender itself, or the stick blender, you're actually going to be getting this device right here, right? This is how it's going to be coming. This is how it comes to you. Remember that this is titanium. You know, you can get the plastic ones, you even get the steel ones. The steel ones are good. Titanium, 6 times stronger. So the blade itself doesn't come in contact with the bowl or the pot or whatever you're mixing it up with. Exactly. But then on top of that, you're also getting a recipe book, and you're also getting a 1-litre beaker that also comes with this, as we've been using a couple of times here consistently the whole way through. Look at smashed potatoes. Skins on, no problem whipping through them. And I have to tell you, when we talk about power and 300 watts, I'm actually holding back a little bit. If I had a taller bowl, I would let this baby roll because that is how much power I have. I'm going to give it a good full push here. We're going to spray a little bit. But look at, I mean, it is just absolutely ease of use. That is impressive. I do this with my other hand blender, I am literally gripping onto the bowl to keep it from jumping across the table. I can put this hand behind my back and just use my thumb to do all the cooking I need to do. It has the power. It has the wonderful hand positioning so that it is so comfortable to use, and everything I want to switch out is just with the push of a button. When we talk about versatility, from smoothies to soup to hummus to the tapenades to the mashed potatoes, this is a workhorse, but it fits in the palm of your hand and you run it with your thumb. You're looking at the titanium covered blade that is 6 times stronger than steel. A lot of the ones that you'll find out there on the market, they've got plastic on the inside. So this is obviously well above plastic. This is well above steel. And this is what's doing the work. This is why I don't have to hold on to the bowl. This is why I don't have to work so hard with my hands. I can take tomatoes. Look at those full tomatoes. I am gently pressing down individually on each tomato. Look what happens to each tomato. It comes out in perfect puree. With another device too, like you said, you could, often they'll have, 1, 2, 3, speeds. And none of them are appropriate. Exactly. You know what I mean? Where you're in total control. So the way that Stephanie's controlling this is, depending on how gently you press that button, it starts off very slowly. It's like a high-end European car with the automatic transmission. So you press it, right? I love that. Right? You press it very gently. You start off in first. You press a little bit further, goes into second and third and fourth, and then it finally goes into fifth gear. That's exactly how this works. That's why Philips have done this. We know that when it comes to stick blenders, they've been around for many, many years. We've loved using them. We've had them. Maybe you've had one. But you know what? It's had its day. This is a major upgrade. Your flex pay, $15.99, delivered to your home, and be able to use this all the way through the holiday period. Mate, whether you're making drinks, whether you're putting together, because of a great cocktail maker. Great cocktail maker. You got that 1-litre beaker that comes along with this. Not to say you can use anything with this, because the great thing is the blade never comes in contact with the vessel that you're mixing it up with. But the great part is that this will change out and interchange very quickly. Remember the dual pack that we had? The whisk that you've seen being demonstrated, as well as the double beater. We're doing a twin pack of those for under $40. But I mean, if you were doing it in glass or something like this with an existing or an older method, You'd be a bit hesitant because you think it's going to scratch it or break it. With this, the blade never comes in contact.
There's no worries. You're not touching the sides of your container, whether it's glass, whether it's ceramic, whether it is, you know, metal. I hate the noise when the metal hand beaters hit on the metal. So you're not running into that. This is one of my favorite things to do with the hand blender is salad dressing. So I took equal parts balsamic and olive oil, added some mustard, brown sugar, a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, I have to tell you a fun story. So I do make this by the old shaker method, you know, throw it in the mason jar. Okay, you ever do that when the top doesn't go on correctly?
No.
Oh my gosh, the cleanup. And that was a week ago. And I thought, oh, this is how they do it in all the fine restaurants. They shake it right up and pour it over the salads. No, they don't.
No.
They're doing it with a hand blender because, again, the consistency of everything I make with this is picture perfect. I made milkshakes for my kids over the weekend. They couldn't stop talking about how they were better than the ones that you get, you know, at the old-fashioned ice cream place because I am using the right tools. Everything I pour out of here, you don't see one single chunk. You are not going to bite into anything that you didn't want to run into. It is all about quality. It is all about ease of use. And every part of this I do with the touch of a button. I can even make breadcrumbs with it. That is how powerful yet controlled this blade is. Look at this.
In a bag, for goodness sake.
Yep, because guess what? It's not going to cut through the bag. My blade is protected. There's nothing I can't do with the touch of a button.
Thank you, Stephanie. Your FlexPay there available for everyone and free.